Hi, I'm John Fraser with the Polaris Travel Experts YouTube channel, and welcome to this edition of 360 Tours, where we're going to be taking you around Rocky Mountaineer and our trip from the Rockies to the Red Rocks. Come join us. Here are a few tips to get the most out of this video. The first is you control the focus with your finger on a touchpad or your cursor on a computer. Go ahead and have some fun with this now. You can see the beach behind me, but if you spin your camera, you can see a large cruise ship in front of me. In 360 videos, quality matters. Most of your devices are going to default to 720 or 1080. In order to change this, mouse over the video like you're going to start or stop it. Look for the settings button. It's the one that looks like a gear. Click on that, select quality, and then choose 2160 or 4K in order to view this video in the crystal clear manner that it was meant to be seen. So we are out in front of Union Station. You can pan your camera up. It's a little rainy today in Denver, but you can find Union Station. It's also, there's signs for the Crawford Hotel here. If you pan your camera over to the left, you'll see a parking garage with red brick. That is actually where the Rocky Mountaineer office is. So when you get to Denver, if you want to get your boarding pass and your luggage tags, you can go over to that office ahead of time and get those. Or you can get them inside of Union Station. There's a kiosk there on the morning of. If you pan your camera back around and you look in front of where we are, you'll see a blue tent. That's another check-in station on the morning of your Rocky Mountaineer train trip. You'll actually be boarding a bus to go to where you board the trains. So here we are on the inside of Union Station in Denver. You can see just up ahead the Rocky Mountaineer folks collecting luggage. This is where you can drop your luggage, check in. Interestingly enough, if you take the train in from the airport, this is where you're going to be dropped off at Union Station. This is not, however, where you're going to catch the Rocky Mountaineer train. They're going to take you by bus to a different location. As you spin your camera around, you can see there are some places to eat. It's very beautiful inside. There are also some activities, things to do. Nice place to wait for the train. So this is a Silverleaf Plus car. There's a couple different versions of cars that you can get with Rocky Mountaineer. Ask your travel advisors for more information. You'll see over here how if you pan your camera down and to the left, there's actually outlets in the seats. The seats actually adjust. They can come up so you can get closer to tray tables that come down. And then if you push a little silver button down, this seat will actually slide up. Okay. There's plenty of space in between seats. There's no place really for your bags. So you'll want to be careful what you bring on. You can bring a backpack on, but you're going to have to put it kind of under the seat in front of you. So we're going to show you a couple more things here in the Silverleaf Plus car. One of the things I've been impressed with is the bathrooms. There's never seems to be a line. There's bathrooms in multiple areas, and you can spin your camera around and you can see where it's actually a really good sized bathroom for a train. I was kind of surprised by that. And then one of the other nice things, it's going to get a little bit noisier out here, is they have these vestibules, and they serve kind of as observation decks. And so a lot of our videos that you're going to see in this video were shot from here, kind of hanging out the side. But you can spin your camera whenever we show those videos around. Some of them you'll hear the music, and you'll be able to see just the amazing landscapes that we're experiencing here on this route, Rockies to the Red Rocks, Denver to Moab. And you can see over there, if you pan your camera straight out, just the different colors in the cliffs. Just absolutely gorgeous all the way around. So these all connect, so you can go through. There's two different lounge cars, which we'll take you through soon. So we are in one of 2 of the lounge cars on the Silver Leaf Plus experience. You can pan your camera around. You can see they have, to my left, a piano. There's games that you can do in here. There's music going. There's a bar up front. Again, you can spin that camera around. It's a little early in the day. We're actually at breakfast, so that's why this is empty right now. But I'm going to take you through this car and the next car. Kind of spin the camera around. You see there's snacks ready to go. There'll be a bartender up here soon once they're done with breakfast. Out here, spin your camera around. This is one of the vestibules. You can actually see some of the scenery from out here. And then this is the second lounge car. Again, we're in the Silver Leaf Plus. There's 2 classes of service on Rocky Mountaineer. There's Silver and Silver Leaf Plus. That's for the Rockies to the Red Rocks route. In Canada, they have the Gold Leaf, so there's a 3rd service up there. So you see there's plenty of seating space here, and then if you go through the doors that are straight ahead, there's another little vestibule area where you can go outside and get some fresh air, kind of see the scenery here as you go through. So the rest of our video is really going to be focused on showing you the scenery. That's one of the main advantages of taking a train trip with Rocky Mountaineer. I will provide some commentary along the way, mainly just our observations. So here you can see as we leave Denver, it's early in the season, so there's still a lot of snow, and you're going to see a lot of pine trees. You're going to see a lot of mountain escapes. We do go by a lot of different rivers that are going to feed into the Colorado. What's wonderful is the Rocky Mountaineer team will provide a lot of history about the area. They'll point out different things. At certain points in time, they actually slow the train down so you can see points of interest.
The tunnel itself,
here we're getting ready to
said,
go into a
was
tunnel.
built in the 1920s. The citizens of Denver took a vote in 1922 on whether to publicly fund the tunnel. It was passed that they would fund the tunnel. Construction began a year later.
And you could hear in that last clip an example of when they were sharing some of the history of the area, some of the stories that they tell along the way. As we start to come down out of the Rockies, you see a little less snow, you'll see a few less trees. So one of the unique things about traveling by train with Rocky Mountaineer is you're getting to see things you wouldn't get to see otherwise. If you look in the backgrounds of a lot of our videos, you're not going to see roads. There are some in some places, but in many of the places, you're seeing things that you wouldn't otherwise have an opportunity to see by other means of travel. So there's a few things to point out in this clip. If you pan your camera around, you can see what it's like to be riding in a full car with other passengers. You can also see and appreciate the views you get with those domed windows. So if you spin your camera towards the front of the train, you can actually catch a glimpse of one of the many tunnels the trains go through. So this is actually Glenwood Canyon, and you can see now that we're coming down in elevation, you're seeing less and less snow. As we continue our trip, you see the land start to flatten out a little bit. You also begin to see some of the features you might see in a Western movie, maybe by John Ford, some of the old cowboy movies. These become more and more frequent as we get closer to and enter into Utah. As we progress in our journey and you look closely at the rock formations, you're going to see more and more red as we approach Red Rock Canyon. Oh yeah, eagles right there. So if you look straight ahead, you'll see eagles in the trees.
They were a nesting pair.
Wow. While we will refer to this as Rocky Mountaineer, it has changed names to Canyon Spirit. The trains are pretty much the same and the itinerary is the same, but there are a couple differences. The train now leaves from Union Station, and there's an additional leg that can go up to Salt Lake City and a few routes that go beyond. Everything else is pretty much the same. The closer we get to Moab, the more often we see stretches and stretches of flat land. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the onboard Rocky Mountaineer team, not just for their hospitality, but also for their assistance in creating this video. We couldn't have done it without their cooperation, giving us access to rail cars and their amazing onboard team. Thanks for checking out this episode of 360 Tours. If we've inspired you to travel and you're not already working with a travel advisor, consider giving our team of experts an opportunity to help you plan your next great adventure. We don't charge for our planning services, and our suppliers match their online pricing, so there's no downside. If you're enjoying our videos, be sure to give us a like below, or better yet, subscribe so you can stay up with all the latest content. Until we see you again, travel and be well.